This episode of Basque Tracks is sponsored by Motor City and Shane Sanborn Construction.
So you've been on this train coming from the East Coast, traveling across the United States. The second gold rush in California in the late 19th century was agriculture. California has wave after wave of immigrants. One point of entry here was at the Sumner Train Station.
Up until it was vacated in 2021, it was just train department, the operations department worked out of, the signal department, and the maintenance of way, which is the track people.
The city fathers tried to blackmail the railroads when they were going to put a railroad through Bakersfield. So the railroad had it, so they built their own city. The real town of Bakersfield was 3 miles away.
Basque person would arrive here and get off the train.
Doesn't speak any English, speaks French and Basque. In their pocket, they would have the name of a relative, or they would have simply the name of a hotel.
Linda Elizalde McCoy. I was the former owner of Noriega Hotel with my sister Rochelle Ladd. My grandparents took over the hotel in 1931. A couple of years later, my grandfather passed away, so my grandmother ran it with the 4 children helping. My grandmother, Grace Elizalde, she helped a lot of people.
Being in East Bakersfield, where the Basques were going to be coming in, this was already, by the turn of the century, a very thriving community.
The smell of the bakery would take him right back to France and the Pyrenees Mountains. And he's walking up the street showing people this piece of paper that he'd had in his pocket since he left France, asking where this hotel was and where he could find the Elizalde family.
A lot of good people came out of Noriegas that lived there and went on to, start their own sheep business or farming. Yeah, my grandmother helped a lot of people.
It's got to start with my dad coming from France. He was a sheep herder in 1920, and then he had family in Pyrenees, and they got him a job at the bakery. And then he met my mother. From there, they decided to start their own bakery, so they came up to Bakersfield. They bought this property in 1947, but he was having a problem getting funded because the Bank of America didn't know him. He was new here in Bakersfield, and so he was not able to get a loan. Estrabou told him, if you get a note co-signed, okay, I'll loan you the money. So he did. He went to all the sheepmen here in town, and they all signed it. There was about 6 or 7 of them that co-signed the note for him. Also, he needed a little more money, so he talked to Grace with the Noriega, asked if she could loan him some money, and she did, $7,000. No note, just cash money. And he paid it all back with bread. She never took a dime for it.
So when I go to the Basque restaurants in town, that first thing that hits the table is that loaf of bread, then the red wine hits, and then you know you're going to have a wonderful evening.
Being Basque is not just about family, it's not just about culture, it's about community.
The folks down at Shane Sanborn Construction have been taking care of Kern County for many years. With countless 5-star reviews, have Shane take care of you. Shane Sanborn Construction.
Here at Shane Sanborn Construction, we take pride in our work.